gotta do that, boy.
I feel like I have the best hands in the draft, and I can go up and make any 50-50 catch. Not only grow as a football player, but as a man, and realize if you take things serious, you'll get very serious outcomes, and that was a big thing for me.
Jakobi, what did he mean? Jakobi Lane.
He could be sneaky fast here for a tall guy. Yeah, that's a good time. It's over 6'4".
Here's Jakobi Lane.
He could be sneaky fast here for a tall guy.
4.48.
Yeah, it's a good time. To some of those guys, let's go to USC's Jakobi Lane. Great job. Watch him stand right down the line, running full speed. Everything's out in front of him. Doesn't let the ball cross his face. Oh, what a catch.
Great catch.
Yeah, he's done that a bunch. Jakobi Lane. Here's Garrett Nussmeier launching one out there.
Started it off, right?
Perfect.
After the first SC play, picked up 5. Maiava on the move, and he throws complete to Jakobi Lane. And Lane dancing to make another 4 yards after he already picks up the first down. Pickup of 16 in total. This is 3rd down. Maiava, there's Lane. Snags it, and a first.
Florida.
Recess with Wayman, what a nightmare. Jakobi Lane.
More carries than he had in week 1. Maiava back to the air. One-on-one Lane. Knocks him with one hand. Ridiculous. Jakobi Lane. Come on.
His first of the year, maybe the catch of the year. A hold off, a double hold, push off with the left hand, go with the right hand. Joint Jarrett, Mike Williams, States.
Way. Pocket closed. He fades away. Firing for lead. Who makes the catch? A flag is down behind the play as he drags a pile to the 15.
Tracy Hill Jr., let's not forget, 6'2", 200. There's the hold. There's the turn. And then Georgia Southern certainly saying here at the end, hey, how about that push? But there's always been a couple violations. Those two cancel out that last one. And USC.
3 first down with Sanders. Now plus territory for USC. Another wide open man. Jakobi takes the high route. Gets tangled up. But almost cleared Devin Collier.
He got on the highlight reel early on with the one-hand touchdown catch. Get up! Oh. A faceful first down. Put that ball away. That is scary.
Timeout for a defensive.
Odom and Tony Grimes, their top cornerman, likewise from the Rebels. Plenty of time. Maiava lays it out there, and it's perfect. On the run, and Jakobi Lane's got it for a big gainer.
Continued development. He said he can make every throw there is on the field. He's a tough runner. He added, I hate to see him on the other side of the field. I love him to death, but I hope he plays awful today.
That was his exact quote. Blitz coming. Maiava loads and fires deep left side. Got his man in stride. And it's Jakobi Lane with another big game.
Well as anybody in the country. First down to 10 to the 25. Here's the throw into the flats, caught by Lane and Jakobi Lane.
And Aaron Henry and this group of Illini on the field have done a remarkable job shutting them down.
4th down and 3. Can they get off the field? Maiava in trouble over the middle. And a completion to Jakobi Lane. And that's a first down. Gain of 12. First down at the 35. Sideline throw. Lane following his blocks, and he'll go out of bounds. Maiava to throw it this time. A dart caught far side, and it's Jakobi Lane.
Have been big pieces. 3rd and goal. Maiava to the end zone. Touchdown! Jakobi Lane
What a start for SC down the field.
Oh, this is so pretty by Jakobi Lane, because they're going to put Lemon out like they're going to throw a screen, and watch Jakobi. He's going to look like he's blocking, right? And then he releases, and he gets the football. Beautiful design down by the goal line. Show the screen, and then release and throw it to the slant.
The way that he has become a much more patient back. Quick throw, Lane's third catch. This time to the outside, gets across the 45 and then out of bounds. Picks up 8 yards.
15 yards of total offense.
Jakobi Lane has a first down.
A little different thing going on here tonight.
4 yards and the touchdown. Mayava, middle. It is caught. Jakobi Lane picks up 11. Play action on first down to the outside for Jakobi Lane. Breaks a tackle, busts one across midfield, and finally gets taken down at the 42-yard line after a pickup of 16.
Schuler and Bowen down here on these 2 tight ends, too.
Mayava first look that way, now back the other way. Loads up a deep ball, separation. Jakobi Lane, touchdown. Mayava put it in the bucket, and USC takes the lead.
Kobe Dean watched the route, fakes the post, gets the separation easily, and Mayava on target with the throw.
One for one this season on 2-point conversions. It will be Mayava feeling the pressure. To the end zone, he's got it. Right back to Lane. 24-21 Trojan.
First down, Mayava loads of time again. Got it away for Jakobi Lane this time, who they're looking for more consistency from after an injury in September. Looks up top with 3 in the pattern up there, and that's a tough throw. There is a marker in. It's Jakobi Lane in front of Turner. Play action, Mayava to the sideline. That's a long throw and catch, Jakobi Lane. Mayava, end zone, tipped, and Lane got it, touchdown, around Davis. Outstanding concentration from Jakobi Lane.
But the receiver like Jakobi Lane can HBO help a brother out. Goes up with one hand while he's getting just held like a grudge by the defender and still has the concentration to make the play. Oh my goodness.
Near sideline, it's Lane again. Jakobi Lane leaning and hopping and driving against Adei.
But the brothers, walk-ons, just such a love for USC football. A little high, but brought in by Lane. And finally, a third and much more manageable. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for this. Play clock down to 4. It's a 3rd and 10. Mayava, they bring 4. Mayava, leave it. Lane in stride, and he's got enough for the first down out of bounds. Mayava. Jakobi Lane hauls it in. First down, USC.
Looks like a perfect pass, but Jakobi Lane has to make a late turn to go get it. See that right at the end? He keeps his defender inside, and then at the last second, goes out there and catches.
Will settle in on the left side. Mayava looking that way. Goes down the middle and complete near the 15-yard line to Jakobi Lane. His second big catch on this series.
Fans, I'll tell you what, watch this guy throw the ball. He does have 2 great receivers, but he knows how to stick that ball in the
backfield. Mayava throws and completes it, and it's a first down.
That was a tough catch there, didn't you think? The number of receivers we were trying to get the ball. Went to Penn State. Deuce Robinson went to Florida State. And the guys that got are doing that. Exactly. The guys that stayed, they said, we want to get them the ball, and you know what? They throw it when they're covered to these guys. They don't care.
Yeah, they throw them open when they make catches like that. And And his very talented wide receivers, if he can get it to him. There's one of them. Jakobi Lane for about 5. 4th down. Mayava in trouble. Lofts one, jump ball, and caught. Jakobi Lane.
That's what I'd do. If you don't have anybody open, just lob the ball up in the air.
From his time under Leach. 2nd down and 9. Mayava. Good protection, a bullet. It's Jakobi Lane with a stiff arm on a 1st down to the 11.
More than 10 touchdowns on the season for Lemon, a likely 1st-round pick this year in the NFL.
Bring the pressure. Mayava picks it apart. He took a wallop. Jakobi Lane holds onto the ball. All around him. He's thrown touchdowns, run him, caught him. Mayava, patient to find the open man. It's Lane, shaking free, inside the 20, and Lane is out of bounds. Lawrence forced him to the sideline.
Scrambling out to the right, got it complete. Jakobi Lane rises up and comes down with the football using that 6'4" frame.
Does a nice job. You see Jakobi Lane, he's running to the corner. Don't let me just run by you. The trust between these two.
6 to win 31-30. Of course, 2 CFP-worthy teams here at the Coliseum. For USC, first completion for Jaden Mayava goes to Jakobi Lane.
At the defensive end spot versus the left tackle of the Trojans.
Play action from Mayava, moving off to his right. Not a lot of urgency there, but again, gets it complete. So Jakobi Lane back-to-back. 1:40 to play in the 1st half. Mayava, just on Jakobi Lane, out to the left again, double caught it.
And a big explosive play for a score.
2nd and short. Mayava with some pressure with a defender at his ankles. Got it complete. Toe tap catch for Jakobi Lane on the sideline. Mayava, steady in the pocket. Got it to Jakobi Lane, strong. Galtmeyer, one of the best in the conference. Here's Mayava. Got it complete to Jakobi Lane, who lunges forward for another Trojan 1st down.